solve this problem, we need to create two expressions or two equations, which is the simultaneous equation. So expressions, we use a variable. So for example, one orange. So let's say we want to create the first equation. We can say one orange is t cents. So for the first equation, we have 3 oranges. So that is going to be 3t cents, because if one orange is t cents, then 3 oranges is 3 times, so it's 3 times t. And then also we have one apple is w cents, but we want actually one apple, so that means one apple is w cents. So the equation becomes the cost of oranges 3t plus the total cost of apples, which is w, should give us 51. Then we can come up with equation 2. We do the same. So in equation 2, we know again that one orange is t cents and one apple is w cents. Now we want the cost of 6 oranges, so 6 oranges becomes 60, and we want 5 apples becomes 5w. So the second equation is going to be 6t plus 5w. The total cost is 129. So that becomes our second equation. Now we come and write our simultaneous equations. 3t plus w is equals to 51, and 6t plus 5w is equals to 129. Now, there are a number of strategies that we can use, but if we are using elimination, we can decide to multiply the first equation by 2, for example, so that 3 times t becomes 60, so that 60 and 60 in the two equations can cancel out. Or we can multiply the first equation by 5, so that 5 times w is 5w, and then it cancels with a 5w. Well, we try to keep the numbers small, so I'll choose multiplication by 2. So the first equation becomes, when I multiply by 2, I end up getting 60 plus 2w is equals to 102. Now, the second equation remains 60 plus 5w is equals to 129. We subtract the two equations. 60 minus 60 is 0. 2w minus 5w is minus 3w. 102 minus 129 becomes negative 27. Now, we divide by negative 3 on both sides. We find that w is equals to 9. Okay, now that we have w is equals to 9, we can plug it into the first equation that we had. So let's say 3t plus w is equals to 51. So we substitute w with 9, so we end up with 3t plus 9 is equals to 51. We subtract 9 on both sides, so we end up with 3t equals 51 minus 9. Now 51 minus 9 is 42. So 3t is equals to 42. Divide by 3 on both sides, then we find that t is going to be equals to 14. Now, before we become very excited that we have solved it, we can test to see whether our answers are correct. We have to substitute them into the original equations and see if we get it correct. So Let's see, 3 times 14 plus 9 is actually going to be 51. So we are right. We try in the second equation. So 6 times 14 plus 5 times 9, that is going to be equal to 129. So we now just confirmed that our answers are correct.